Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we've got an upper intermediate level lesson.
That's right, we're gonna go and buy shoes.
Okay, this is very fun. I like buying shoes, although I have a hard time finding shoes in my size sometimes. But we're here talking about men's shoes specifically.
That's right, we've actually decided to talk about this topic, buying shoes, separately between men and women's shoes, because I think each type of shoe has its own type of vocab, and that can be very useful for men or women.
That's right. So let's take a listen to today's dialogue, and we'll be back in a moment to talk more about the specifics of men's shoe styles.
Hi, I'm looking for a pair of shoes for my son.
Sure thing. Here we are. If you're looking for dress shoes, we have several different styles of Oxford for boys. We also carry athletic shoes, hiking boots.
Oh, Jacob, how about these sneakers?
Mom, they've got Velcro.
Well, then how about these? What is this style called?
They're tennis shoes. They're very popular with teens and young adults.
Ooh, Mom, can I get these?
What are those?
They're Chuck Taylors. Everyone has them. Can I please?
I don't know. Would they go with your clothes? The backs are really high, and the way the tongue just sticks up, they're almost like a boot. And the sole doesn't look like it would have a very good grip.
They're only $45. And they've got cool fluorescent orange shoelaces. Mom! Mom!
Okay, try them on.
What size are your feet?
Here's a size 9.
We'll try a size 43 on you first and see how that fits.
A what?
They come in European sizes. He should be a size 43. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So as you saw, we have a lot of different shoe styles. And so we're going to take a look at these on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, first up, we have a very popular style of shoe. This is called an athletic shoe.
Okay, athletic shoe. Now, I imagine that athletes wear these shoes.
Good guess, Marco. So athletic athletes. This is actually for sports in general. So this is sports shoes, but in English we say athletic shoes.
Okay, so it's not specifically for any type of sport, but they're just comfortable shoes that you can do most sports in.
Right, like running shoes and basketball shoes and soccer shoes. These are all kinds of athletic shoes.
Very good. Okay. So these types of athletic shoes, they're usually they're kind of low, right? They don't have a lot of support around the ankle.
No, but they do have a lot of support in the heel, the bottom of your foot.
Right, because you're running, you need that extra support.
Exactly.
Now, on the opposite, if you're going hiking, if you're maybe trekking, then you need a special type of shoe that's going to give more ankle support, and these are called hiking boots.
Okay, hiking boots. So like you were saying, you get a lot of support in your ankle. That's the back of your foot and the area around your leg. So these shoes tend to come higher on your leg. They're taller on your leg. And they're usually pretty heavy.
Yeah. And I think they are more weather resistant. So if it rains or if it's wet, these shoes will respond better.
You're not going to get wet feet.
You're not, yeah. And so hiking boots. And now we have another interesting word. I'd never really understood it, why they're called this way, but we have sneakers. Sneakers.
Okay, I love sneakers. I always wear sneakers. A very common brand that you see with sneakers is Puma. Also Adidas.
Right.
So Converse is another brand. Sneakers are shoes that are not fancy. They're not like leather or work shoes, but they're also not athletic shoes because you don't necessarily use them when you're playing sports. They're basically very simple shoes for, normal daily stuff.
Normal walking.
Young people wear them usually.
Okay, sneakers. Now, I never understood why they're called sneakers, because I think if you sneak maybe on someone, I guess these shoes are good for sneaking up
Perhaps.
on people.
I don't know. They're less noisy than other shoes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we have sneakers. And now another type of shoe that can be a little bit confusing. They're called tennis shoes.
Okay, tennis shoes can be considered a kind of sneaker. Again, it's not the kind of shoe that you would normally wear to work. It's not leather. It's not a hiking boot. They're low shoes, so low ankles generally, and they tie up.
Right. But you would think that you use these shoes to play tennis.
Not necessarily.
But not necessarily, right? I mean, you don't have to play tennis. Oh, they're not specifically designed to play tennis.
No, perhaps originally they were tennis shoes for the game tennis, but nowadays they're very, very common. They're like sneakers.
Right.
They're shoes that most young people wear to school or to play around in.
Okay, so they're kind of like you say, a sneaker. And now moving on, these might seem a little bit strange, but we call them Chuck Taylors.
Chuck Taylors, basically Chuck Taylor is a brand.
Okay.
Converse, Chuck Taylors. We also call them Chucks. And this is a style of shoe that this brand made very famous. They're very, very thin canvas shoes. So the fabric is not leather, it's canvas.
Okay.
And they come in bright red or black or green.
Yeah.
And some of them are very low, and some of them have a piece of the ankle that comes up.
So it almost looks like a boot to a certain extent, but it's not like a hiking boot. It's not very hard. It doesn't support your ankle as much. It's just the style is higher.
It's exactly. And so because these are made of fabric, they're very thin, they're very light, they're not very good for hiking, for example.
Right. So these are called Chuck Taylors. They're very, very popular with teenagers, right?
That's right. Teenagers all over the world wear Chuck Taylors.
And I think they're very old. This style, these Chuck Taylors, have been around for like 30 years,
I think since the 1960s or 70s.
But they're still popular.
Yeah, and they haven't changed.
They haven't changed. Right. So these are the 5 types or styles of shoes that we're going to take a look at. Why don't we move on now to more specific vocab related to the parts of the shoe on Language Takeaway Part 2.
Language takeaway.
Okay, so Jacob is talking to his mother, and his mom wants to know, hey, how about these sneakers? What do you think? And Jacob says, Mom, they've got Velcro.
Okay.
So, Marco, what's this Velcro Jacob speaks of?
Well, as you can see, Velcro is capitalized, right? And so that means this is a proper noun, and it's actually a brand.
Okay, it's like Chuck Taylor's.
Like Chuck Taylor's. So Velcro is supposed kind of like a zipper, right? A fastener. But instead of zipping it up, you just put 2 pieces of cloth together and they stick.
Okay, and when you pull them apart,
they make that sound, yeah.
They make a loud sound. And so sometimes with baby shoes or young children's shoes, we don't want to tie them because that's too hard. So we have Velcro. This is a kind of fabric, like you said, that sticks together. We don't have to spend all this time tying things. So you see Velcro on hats, on gloves, on jackets, on shoes. It's a very popular way to make things, close things, or to keep things secure.
In a very easy way, right? You just
very quick.
Push them together and that's it. They're sealed.
Exactly.
So the next time you see it, now you know that it's called Velcro. I imagine in other languages it's probably called the same thing.
Well, right. It's the brand name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. And, well, now moving on to the parts of the shoe, we have the tongue.
Okay, well, think about the body part, the tongue, right? When you look at your tongue, it's straight and it's flat and it kind of curves at the bottom.
Right.
Well, on a shoe, when you're putting your shoe on, in the front of the shoe can make it stuck, you have to pull the tongue.
Right.
It's a piece of fabric or piece of the shoe where the top of your foot is.
Yeah, very good. So that's called the tongue. Now, some shoes have a very small tongue or a low one, and others have a very high one. Like, for example, Chuck Taylor's, they have a big tongue.
That's right, very long tongue. And so the tongue is the part that rests on top of your foot, and usually the shoelaces are over the tongue.
Exactly. And now moving on to the bottom part of the shoe, that's called the sole.
Okay, S-O-L-E, sole. This is a really important part of shoes. I always look at the sole before I buy a pair of shoes because this is the part that you use the most because you're walking on the ground.
Right. So, for example, hiking boots, they will have a very high sole and they will have kind of like a pattern so that you don't slip if you're walking on dirt, right?
That's right. Sometimes rubber a rubber sole. But other times, like Chuck Taylors also have a rubber sole, but it's very thin.
It's very thin. And some shoes, for example, they have a plastic sole maybe because they're used for other purposes. So they might be a little bit slippery if you go onto a smooth surface.
Exactly.
So the sole, that's the bottom part of the shoe. And the last part of the shoe that we're going to take a look at, and probably the most important, are the shoelaces.
Shoelaces. So shoelaces are basically long pieces of string that you use to tie your shoes closed. Because you want your shoes to be tight on your foot. You don't want it to be too loose, otherwise it might fall off.
Right.
And Chuck Taylors and some other shoes are very famous for having crazy colored laces, or
Right.
for people using crazy colored laces to tie them up.
Right, so that's the part they use to tie or tighten the shoe with. So on the opposite, if a shoe doesn't have shoelaces, it's probably going to have Velcro.
That's right, Velcro or shoelaces.
Okay, so those are all the words that we have for you today. Why don't we go back and listen to the dialogue for the last time?
Hi, I'm looking for a pair of shoes for my son.
Sure thing. Here we are. If you're looking for dress shoes, we have several different styles of Oxford for boys. We also carry athletic shoes, hiking boots.
Oh, Jacob, how about these sneakers?
Mom, they've got Velcro.
Well, then how about these? What is this style called?
They're tennis shoes. They're very popular with teens and young adults.
Ooh, Mom, can I get these?
What are those?
They're Chuck Taylors. Everyone has them. Can I please?
I don't know. Would they go with your clothes? The backs are really high, and the way the tongue just sticks up, they're almost like a boot. And the sole doesn't look like it would have a very good grip.
They're only $45. And they've got cool fluorescent orange shoelaces. Mom! Mom!
Okay, try them on.
What size are your feet?
Here's a size 9.
We'll try a size 43 on you first and see how that fits.
A what?
They come in European sizes. He should be a size 43. I'll be right back. All right, so talking about shoes, you say that you always take a look at the sole. Why is this?
Because I'm always afraid that my shoes are going to wear out, and I don't buy shoes very often. I love sneakers. I love my Pumas, and I love flat shoes. And so when you buy a pair of shoes you really like, you don't want to buy another pair in 6 months. You want to get a pair that has a really good sole so that will last for a long time.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I think for me, yeah, that's probably one of the most important parts is the sole, as long as it's comfortable, because some soles of some shoes can be very rigid.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit uncomfortable to walk with. And but I don't know. I don't really have that many pairs of shoes if I think about it.
Well, most people have one fancy pair of shoes for special occasions, and then a pair of work shoes that are leather, and then maybe a couple pairs of sneakers and some sandals. For the summer.
So, but you have sandals and you have flip-flops, or are they the same?
Well, sandals is basically a kind of shoe. It's an open shoe that you wear in the summer. Flip-flops are a kind of sandal.
Oh, okay.
So they usually have a V in the front, and that's where you put your
big toe and the second toe.
Yeah, so we wear them in the shower or at the beach. They're usually made of plastic or rubber so that you can get them wet.
Right.
But flip-flops are a kind of sandal.
Yeah, very good. It's very interesting how many styles and types of shoes. And actually for men, I think it's not that complicated. But when we get into women's shoes, then we'll see a lot of different things.
There are too many styles. I can't keep track.
All right, so that's all the time we have for today, but we'll see you guys on the website if you have any questions, any doubts, or if you just want to chat with us, we'll see you at englishpod.com.
See you guys there.
All right, bye.
Bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A shoe used as a component of formal wear. Dress shoe. A canvas shoe with a pliable rubber sole. Tennis shoe. The flap of material under the laces of a shoe. Tongue. Way of grasping and holding firmly. Grip. A long, thin material used for fastening a shoe. Shoelaces. The underside of footwear. Sole.
Let's try that faster.
The underside of footwear. Sole. The flap of material under the laces of a shoe. Tongue. Way of grasping and holding firmly. Grip. A long, thin material used for fastening a shoe. Shoelaces. A shoe used as a component of formal wear. Dress shoe. A canvas shoe with a pliable rubber sole. Tennis shoe.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Tennis shoe. I love tennis shoes because they're comfortable. I can wear them every day, and when I go out, they still look great. Tennis shoe. Tennis shoes used to be very plain, but now they come in many different colors and many different styles. Tennis shoe. My tennis shoes are old and ratty, but I still love them. Tongue. I put my foot back in my sneaker, pulled up the tongue, tightened my laces, and I kept on running. Tongue. The tongues of these shoes keep falling down. Tongue. The shoe tongue is supposed to keep the laces from rubbing against the foot. Sole. The soles of my shoes were starting to wear down. Sole. I went to the cobbler and got him to put rubber soles on my shoes. Sole. After dancing for several hours, the soles of my feet were sore. Grip. My new sneakers have a much better grip than my old ones. Grip. My shoes lost their grip and I slipped on the polished floor. Grip. As I was climbing the tree, I lost my grip, fell, and broke my arm. Shoelaces. In the Olympics, the shoelaces of one figure skater broke in the middle of his performance. Shoelaces. My brother got me pink shoelaces with Hello Kitty on them for my birthday. Shoelaces. My mom tightened my shoelaces, made a knot, and then told me to go play outside.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another lesson with us at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we don't feel very good.
That's right. Actually, in this lesson, we're talking about a hangover.
A hangover. Wow, that's an interesting word. What does that mean?
Well, when you drink beer or wine or vodka and you drink too much of it, the next morning you have a hangover.
Okay, so a lot of our listeners have probably experienced a hangover before.
It's very likely.
But the problem is when you have to go to work the next day.
Yes, and you might need to actually miss work, but you need some good words and phrases to describe how bad you feel.
Okay, so let's listen to this dialogue for the first time. We have a guy describing his hangover and why he missed work that day.
Are you okay, man? You don't look very well.
I feel terrible. I went out last night with Trevor and things got a little out of hand.
Nice. So where did you guys go?
We hit up a couple of local bars and met up with some friends. Everything was cool until Mike came along, and it turned out that it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh no! Mike's birthday is a drink fest for sure.
Tell me about it. We drank everything in the bar.
Is that why you missed work today?
Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling really nauseous. I threw up like 5 times.
Ew.
I was so dehydrated that I drank a gallon of water, and my head has been pounding all day. I swear, I am never going to drink again.
Too bad, man. Tonight is Tracy's going away party, and she asked if you were going to go.
Oh yeah? I'm there.
All right, so he's never drinking again, but then at the next chance for a party, he's already ready to go.
I think that's the typical lie of every person that drinks. They say, I'll never drink again, but a week later or a month later, they are again.
Or a day later.
All right, so we saw some great vocab here, so let's look at it now in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
I'm going to look at 5 words here. Now, the first one, they talked about how Mike's birthday is a drink fest.
A drink fest.
It's a drink fest.
All right, so we have this word drink fest. Now, what is this fest part?
Well, maybe you recognize the word Oktoberfest.
Okay, or festival.
So fest is like a party. There's lots of food. There's lots of drink. A drink fest is an event where there's a lot of drinks.
Okay, so can I have different types of fests?
Yeah, this is a really informal sort of slang way of saying there's lots of something. So I could say, oh my God, it's a puppy fest.
So there are a lot of puppies. Or I can say like a fast food fest.
Okay, so you're eating a lot of fast food.
There's a lot of fast food.
Yep.
All right, so fast. Interesting. Now, when he was describing his hangover, he said that he felt really nauseous.
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 Now, I always have a hard time spelling this word. So N-A-U-S-E-O-U-S. Nauseous.
Nauseous. It kind of seems like you should say nauseous.
Right, but
you say nauseous.
yeah. Okay, so when you're feeling nauseous, what do you feel like?
So you feel dizzy, you don't feel very well.
Like your stomach hurts.
Yeah, and your head is kind of spinning.
Okay, and you feel like you might throw up.
Right, exactly. Now, this word that you just mentioned, throw up, is actually our next word, and, well, we're not going to describe it. Why don't we just listen to a person throwing up?
Oh, Marco, that was horrible.
Well, that's the only way we could actually explain throw up. I mean, it's kind of a hard word to explain, but I'm sure everyone understands now what it means, right?
Okay, the word is to throw up.
To throw up.
To throw up. Our next word. Now, our guy who's hungover, he said, I was so dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
To be dehydrated.
So this is an adjective, and it means that I have no water in my body.
Exactly.
Okay, so I am dehydrated. I need water.
Yeah, common feeling after drinking too much beer, huh?
Exactly.
Now, our final word, he said he had a headache, and he said, my head's been pounding all day.
Okay, so his head has been pounding all day.
Now, this verb, pounding, it sounds like this.
All right, so a clear example of what your head feels like when you have this very bad headache.
You can also say, I have a pounding headache.
I have a pounding headache, exactly.
Or my head is pounding.
All right, so 5 great words that we just looked at right now. So why don't we listen to our dialogue a second time? Let's slow it down just a little bit, and then we'll come back and take a look at some phrases.
Are you okay, man? You don't look very well.
I feel terrible. I went out last night with Trevor and things got a little out of hand.
Nice. So where did you guys go?
We hit up a couple of local bars and met up with some friends. Everything was cool until Mike came along, and it turned out that it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh no! Mike's birthday is a drink fest for sure.
Tell me about it. We drank everything in the bar.
Is that why you missed work today?
Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling really nauseous. I threw up like 5 times.
Ew.
I was so dehydrated that I drank a gallon of water, and my head has been pounding all day. I swear, I am never going to drink again.
Too bad, man. Tonight is Tracy's going away party, and she asked if you were going to go.
Oh yeah? I'm there.
All right, well, that was a little easier to understand this time. Now, you mentioned that we've got some great phrases, so let's go to them now in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so as we heard in the dialogue, the party was, I think it was a great party, right?
Well, it sounds like it was fantastic.
Well, apparently it was a great party, and he said that he went out with Trevor, and things got a little out of hand.
Things got a little out of hand.
Right, so things got a little out of hand.
Now, to get out of hand, what's that mean?
Well, we have some examples, so let's listen to a couple of them before we explain it.
Example 1.
Honey, the kids are getting a little out of hand. Can you do something?
Example 2.
Guys, this argument is getting out of hand. Let's all calm down.
Example 3.
The party last night got out of hand. The neighbors called the police.
Okay, so when things get out of hand, you lose control.
Exactly, they get out of control, just a little bit maybe.
Yeah, go a little crazy.
All right, so things got a little out of hand. Now, the opposite of this was everything was cool.
Everything was cool.
So everything was cool.
So basically, everything was okay, everything was relaxed, everything was going fine.
Exactly. And then Mike came along, and then things got a little out of hand.
Oh, that Mike.
And now for our last phrase. He was describing that Mike's birthday party was a drink fest, right?
And then his friend agreed. He said, tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Now, what does this mean exactly when he says, tell me about it?
Basically, it means, I completely understand.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could say, oh my God, Marco, it's so hot outside today.
Right, and I would say, oh, I know, tell me about it. Right? So I'm saying, yeah, I agree with you, you are right.
Yep.
Very good. So these phrases, okay, so 3 great phrases that we just looked at. Let's listen to our dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Are you okay, man? You don't look very well.
I feel terrible. I went out last night with Trevor, and things got a little out of hand.
Nice. So where did you guys go?
We hit up a couple of local bars and met up with some friends. Everything was cool until Mike came along, and it turned out that it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh no! Mike's birthday is a drink fest for sure.
Tell me about it. We drank everything in the bar.
Is that why you missed work today?
Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling really nauseous. I threw up like 5 times.
Ew.
I was so dehydrated that I drank a gallon of water, and my head has been pounding all day. I swear, I am never going to drink again.
Too bad, man. Tonight is Tracy's going away party, and she asked if you were going to go.
Oh yeah? I'm there.
So it sounds like these guys sure like to go out and have a few drinks, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is a very common thing among, well, young people, usually in the United States. You know, after a day at the office or something, they'll go, or even in Europe, they'll go to the pub, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that in America and Canada, we're very careful about alcohol and young people, right?
Yeah, exactly. The legal drinking age in the most part of the United States is 21 years of age.
And really, many parents or families will never let their children drink alcohol until they're 21.
Right. And also the laws that control alcohol. Like, for example, on television, if you notice a TV commercial with a beer or a wine, you will never see the person actually drinking it. It's illegal.
Yeah, that's true.
While in other countries, it's okay. You'll see people drinking it, having fun. In these commercials, they can only maybe put them close to their lips, but not drink it.
Interesting. And another weird thing is that, sometimes you might want to sit in your back garden or out on your porch and have a beer after work, right? But in places, it's totally illegal to do that. You can't be outside with alcohol.
Right. You can't be seen drinking, or you can't be on the sidewalk or on a bus drinking. While in other places, you can, right?
You can just have a beer on the subway.
So it's a little bit different policies on alcohol control. What do you guys think about it? Do you think it's correct, or do you think maybe it's a little bit too exaggerated? The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Become out of control.
Got a little out of hand.
Very drunk.
Wasted.
To go to a place.
Hit.
To vomit.
Barf.
To happen a certain way.
Turned out.
Medicine you take to cure a headache.
Painkillers.
I agree. I understand.
Tell me about it.
I feel very bad.
I feel like death.
Feel like you are going to vomit.
Nauseous.
Drink alcohol when you have a hangover to cure it.
Hair of the dog.
Vomit.
Threw up.
Lacking water.
Dehydrated.
To beat loudly and quickly.
Pounding.
Let's try that faster. To beat loudly and quickly.
Pounding.
Feel like you are going to vomit.
Nauseous.
Drink alcohol when you have a hangover to cure it.
Hair of the dog.
To happen a certain way.
Turned out.
To go to a place.
Hit.
I agree. I understand.
Tell me about it.
Lacking water.
Dehydrated.
Vomit.
Threw up.
Very drunk.
Wasted.
Become out of control.
Got a little out of hand.
Medicine you take to cure a headache.
Painkillers.
To vomit.
Barf.
I feel very bad.
I feel like death.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Got a little out of hand. Honey, the kids are getting a little out of hand. Can you do something? Got a little out of hand. Guys, this argument is getting out of hand. Let's all calm down. Got a little out of hand. The party last night got out of hand. The neighbors called the police. You have to come to the party tonight. It's going to be a beer fest. It was a real food fest last night at Pete's house. There was enough food to feed a small country. We have to go to Jessica's birthday party. It's going to be a chick fest for sure. Nauseous. It's normal to feel nauseous sometimes during a pregnancy. Nauseous. Every time I get on a boat, I feel really nauseous. Nauseous. If you get nauseous on the plane, take 2 of these pills. Threw up. Carl got on the roller coaster and threw up all over me. Threw up. If you feel like you are going to throw up, be sure to tell me so I can pull over. Threw up. If you have too much to drink, you will throw up later. Pounding. I have a pounding pain in my head. Do you have any aspirin? Pounding. I can't take it anymore. I've had a pounding headache all morning. Pounding. My head started pounding the moment I saw my ex-girlfriend.
Today, we are going to talk about hangovers after heavy drinking. This is a friendly talk. It is practical. It is simple. It is also a little funny. I will speak in short, clear sentences. I will share real moments from one long day. I will also teach useful words and phrases. Our goal is learning English and learning balance. I wake up on my couch. The room moves a little. My head pounds like a drum. My mouth is dry. My eyes hate the light. I whisper, "Never again," but my voice does not believe me. This is a hangover. A hangover is how your body talks after too much alcohol. It can mean a headache, it can mean nausea, it can mean thirst, dizziness, and low energy. Sometimes it can mean regret and funny memories too. I drink water. It tastes like life. I breathe slowly. I open the window for fresh air. I look around. There are empty cups on the table. There is a lonely slice of cold pizza. It smells like cheese and bad choices. I smile and feel pain at the same time. My cat gives me a judge face. I say, "Okay, I understand. I made mistakes." Let's learn some simple vocabulary. Headache is pain in your head. Nauseous means you feel like you may throw up. Dehydrated means your body needs water. Pounding means strong, repeated hits, like a pounding headache. Hangover is the whole bad feeling after drinking too much. Repeat after me in your mind. Headache, nauseous, dehydrated, pounding, hangover. Now a little humor. My brain starts a morning meeting. Agenda item 1. Why did you say just one more 5 times? Agenda item 2. Please find water, food, and a plan. I agree with my brain. I need a plan. Adventure begins with a plan. Here is my simple plan. Step 1, water now. Step 2, light food. Toast, banana, soup. No spicy food. Step 3, fresh air and gentle movement. A slow walk helps blood flow. Step 4, rest. Step 5, limits for the future. This is smart. This is kind. This is also English practice. Useful phrases for real life. I am not feeling well today. I need to drink some water and rest. I made a mistake last night. I will be more careful next time. No, thank you. I will skip alcohol today. Say them slowly. Say them politely. These sentences protect your health and your relationships. Now I check my phone. I see party photos. I see my smiling face with a giant drink. I also see a video of me singing to a sandwich. It is funny. It is also a lesson. I write a short note to myself. Eat first. Drink water between drinks. 2-drink limit. Leave early if the music says one more and your brain says go home. I save the note as my screen lock. Future me will see it before any party. Let us learn one small, polite story you can use at work. Keep it honest, keep it short. Do not share too many details. For example, good morning. I do not feel my best today. I will hydrate and do my tasks carefully. Thank you for understanding. This sounds responsible. This shows respect. This also uses simple English. Now I stand up. I feel a little dizzy. I sit down again. I try again, but slowly. I stretch my neck and shoulders. I drink more water. I take deep breaths. I open my window wider. The air is cool and kind. I decide to buy supplies. I need oral rehydration salts. I need mild soup. I need bananas. I also want mint tea. These things are gentle on the stomach. Before I go, a quick safety point. If you ever feel very unwell, call a doctor. If your friend is confused, cannot wake up, or breathe slowly, call emergency services. Health is more important than pride. English can help you ask for help. Practice this now. Please help. My friend drank too much. We need a doctor. I put on my shoes. I take a small bag. I lock the door. I smile at my cat and say, I will return with a better plan and better soup. I step into the hallway. The light is strong, but my plan is stronger. I walk toward the elevator. I press the button. I take a deep breath. I am ready for the next step of this day. I put on my shoes and walk to the pharmacy. I step outside and the sunlight feels like punishment. My eyes narrow, my head protests, and my stomach whispers, "Are you sure about this?" Still, I keep walking because I know recovery does not happen on the couch alone. The street is busy. Cars honk, people laugh, and somewhere music plays far too loudly. Every sound feels like a hammer in my skull. I remind myself, one task, one goal. Get to the pharmacy. Step by step, slowly but surely. On the way, I pass a bakery. The smell of fresh bread is both heaven and torture. My stomach wants it, but at the same time warns me, not yet. I laugh at myself, arguing with my own stomach in public. This is the comedy of a hangover. Your body becomes both your friend and your enemy. Finally, I reach the pharmacy. The bright white lights inside are too strong, like walking into the sun. I go to the counter and whisper, "Something for dehydration, please." The pharmacist gives me a small packet of oral rehydration salts. She says, "Mix this with water, drink slowly." I nod like a serious student. Even in misery, I am learning. Next, I buy mint tea and a few bananas. Simple food, gentle food, nothing heavy, nothing spicy. I carry my bag like treasure because right now it feels like survival equipment. I leave the pharmacy and sit on a bench outside. I open a bottle of water, pour in the salts, and drink. The taste is strange, salty and sweet at the same time, but it feels like medicine for my whole body. My headache softens just a little. My energy rises just a little. Small victories count. While I sit, I think about the bigger lesson. Drinking too much brings short happiness but long pain. The body always remembers. The mind always remembers. I realize learning English is similar in the opposite way. Small practice now brings long happiness later. One extra glass can hurt tomorrow, but one extra sentence can help tomorrow. I stand up again, still tired, but with new supplies and new hope. I know the next step is to eat something light and safe, maybe soup. My stomach agrees this time. So I begin walking home, carrying my bag of healing items, ready for the next part of the day. And this is how my small adventure continues, from the pharmacy toward the kitchen table. I reach home with my small bag of supplies. The hallway feels longer than usual, but I finally open the door. My cat greets me with a suspicious look, like he wants to say, "You again? Still alive?" I put the bag on the table and take a deep breath. Now it is time for the next step, food. I boil water, slice a little ginger, and prepare a simple soup. The steam rises, warm and soft. My stomach watches carefully, nervous but hopeful. I take one spoon, then another. Gentle food is like a friend who speaks quietly. The soup does not fight with me. Instead, it says, "Relax, you are safe." As I eat, I think about useful English sentences for these moments. I need something light to eat. My stomach is sensitive today. Soup is good when you are sick. These are simple phrases, but they describe real situations clearly. After soup, I make mint tea. The smell is fresh. I sit by the window with the warm cup in my hands. For a moment, life feels normal again. I whisper to myself, progress, not perfection. Now, a little funny memory appears. At the party last night, I sang loudly. I thought I sounded like a rock star. But in the video on my phone, I sound like a confused goose. I laugh and then wince, because laughing with a hangover hurts. Still, humor is medicine too. I lie down on the couch, cover myself with a blanket, and close my eyes. Rest is also part of healing. My brain starts a quiet conversation with me. Why do you always say never again but forget later? I do not argue. I just listen. Sometimes self-talk is the best teacher. As I drift toward sleep, I make a promise in clear English. Next time, I will drink less. Next time, I will care for myself first. The words are simple, but they are strong. I repeat them once more in my mind. Then I close my eyes and let rest do its work. This is how the adventure continues, from the kitchen table to the quiet couch, from soup and tea to sleep and reflection. After some rest, I wake up feeling a little lighter. My head is still heavy, but not as bad as before. My stomach is calm. The soup and tea have done their job. I sit up slowly and decide the next step must be movement. Too much sleep can make the body lazy. Fresh air can wake the mind. I put on comfortable shoes and step outside. The air is cool. The sky looks wide and open. My body says, "Thank you." I start walking slowly down the street. Every step feels like repair. My shoulders relax, my breathing gets deeper. This is the magic of a gentle walk. On the way, I practice English in my head. I say sentences to myself. I am taking a short walk. Fresh air makes me feel better. Exercise helps my body recover. Speaking while walking keeps my brain busy and my focus positive. A small funny thing happens. I see two kids playing with a ball. The ball rolls toward me. I try to kick it back, but my balance is not perfect. I kick the air instead. The kids laugh. I laugh too, even with my slow legs. It is a reminder. Hangovers make you clumsy, but laughter still works. I continue walking to the park. There are trees, birds, and benches. I sit for a moment and watch. My body is tired, but my mind feels peaceful. I hear birds singing. Last night I was shouting at music. Today I am listening to nature. The contrast is strong, but it teaches me something. Loud fun is temporary, quiet peace is lasting. I drink water from my bottle. Every sip feels important. I repeat a phrase softly. Hydrate and rest. These two words can save a whole day. They are easy English, but they carry power. After 20 minutes, I decide to go back. I do not want to push too far. The goal is recovery, not running a marathon. I walk home slowly, with the park behind me and the idea of another cup of tea in front of me. This is how the day continues, from the couch to the street, from weak steps to small victories. The next part of the journey waits inside, with reflection and planning for the future. Back at home, I sit near the window with another cup of mint tea. The sunlight is softer now, and my head feels clearer. The worst part of the hangover has passed. Now comes the important part, reflection. A hangover is not only pain for the body, it is also a lesson for the mind. I open a notebook and write. The first line is simple. Why did this happen? I answer honestly. I drank too fast. I forgot to eat enough food. I did not drink water between glasses. I wanted to enjoy, but I did not respect my limit. My handwriting is messy, but the truth is clear. Then I write the next line. The answers come slowly. Eat first. Drink slowly. 2 drink maximum. Always drink water between. Leave the party before midnight. These rules are easy to write, but I know they are harder to follow. Still, writing makes them stronger. I think of useful English phrases for these rules. No, thank you. I have had enough. I will drink water now. I am leaving a little early tonight. These are polite and short. They protect me from peer pressure. They also help me practice confidence in English. A funny thought enters my mind. If I had used these sentences last night, maybe today I would not be talking to my cat like a therapist. Mango is still watching me with those serious eyes. I laugh and say, "Okay, you are my silent judge. I accept your judgment." Next, I imagine future situations. I see myself at another party. People shout, "One more drink!" I imagine myself smiling and saying, "No thank you, I am fine." In my imagination, people respect me. No one laughs, no one pushes. In fact, some even copy me and drink water too. Sometimes one strong no can guide others. I close the notebook and feel proud. Reflection has power. Promises have power. The hangover is still here, but now it feels like a teacher. Pain teaches quickly. Writing makes the lesson permanent. As evening comes, I prepare a light dinner, rice and vegetables. My body is tired, but my heart is calm. Tomorrow will be better. But before tomorrow arrives, there is still one more step today, finding motivation and turning lessons into hope. The next morning, I wake up slowly. This time, there is no pounding in my head. My mouth is not dry. My stomach is calm. I stretch my arms and smile. It feels like freedom. Yesterday was heavy, but today feels light. The difference is clear. One day of regret, one day of reflection, and now a new beginning. I prepare breakfast, just toast, eggs, and tea. The simple food tastes wonderful. Every bite feels like proof that my body is ready again. While I eat, I read the notes I wrote last night. They look small on the page, but big in meaning. Eat first, drink slowly, 2 drink maximum, water between drinks, leave early. These rules are my compass. I decide to make them stronger by sharing with a friend. I text Amir, next time we go out, I will stop at 2 drinks. Help me keep my promise. Sending the message makes me accountable. English learners can practice this too. Please remind me to stop after 2 drinks. Simple, polite, and powerful. Later, I go for another walk. This time, the sun feels friendly. The air feels clean. Even the sound of traffic seems normal, not painful. I realize the world did not change. Only I changed. A hangover can make everything look darker, but recovery makes the same world shine again. I laugh at myself softly. Yesterday, I was singing to a kebab. Today, I am humming quietly to the trees. That is the funny truth about balance. Too much can make you foolish. The right amount can make you happy. As I return home, I carry one last lesson in my heart. Life always gives choices. One more glass or enough. One more hour at the party or rest. One more risk or respect for limits. The power is in the choice. I look at my cat. He blinks at me without judgment. I smile and whisper, "Next time I will choose better." The hangover is gone, but the lesson remains. And that is the gift hidden inside the pain. This is the end of the discussion. The journey started with regret and sickness, but it finished with hope, responsibility, and clear English phrases to use in real life. Remember, enjoy but protect yourself. Learn but laugh at your mistakes. The best adventure is not only the party, it is also the wisdom that comes after.
Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Become out of control.
Got a little out of hand.
Very drunk.
Wasted.
To go to a place.
Hit.
To vomit.
Barf.
To happen a certain way.
Turned out.
Medicine you take to cure a headache.
Painkillers.
I agree. I understand.
Tell me about it.
I feel very bad.
I feel like death.
Feel like you are going to vomit.
Nauseous.
Drink alcohol when you have a hangover to cure it.
Hair of the dog.
Vomit.
Threw up.
Lacking water.
Dehydrated.
To beat loudly and quickly.
Pounding.
Let's try that faster. To beat loudly and quickly.
Pounding.
Feel like you are going to vomit.
Nauseous.
Drink alcohol when you have a hangover to cure it.
Hair of the dog.
To happen a certain way.
Turned out.
To go to a place.
Hit.
I agree. I understand.
Tell me about it.
Lacking water.
Dehydrated.
Vomit.
Threw up.
Very drunk.
Wasted.
Become out of control.
Got a little out of hand.
Medicine you take to cure a headache.
Painkillers.
To vomit.
Barf.
I feel very bad.
I feel like death.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Got a little out of hand. Honey, the kids are getting a little out of hand. Can you do something? Got a little out of hand. Guys, this argument is getting out of hand. Let's all calm down. Got a little out of hand. The party last night got out of hand. The neighbors called the police. You have to come to the party tonight. It's going to be a beer fest. It was a real food fest last night at Pete's house. There was enough food to feed a small country. We have to go to Jessica's birthday party. It's going to be a chick fest for sure. Nauseous. It's normal to feel nauseous sometimes during a pregnancy. Nauseous. Every time I get on a boat, I feel really nauseous. Nauseous. If you get nauseous on the plane, take 2 of these pills. Threw up. Carl got on the roller coaster and threw up all over me. Threw up. If you feel like you are going to throw up, be sure to tell me so I can pull over. Threw up. If you have too much to drink, you will throw up later. Pounding. I have a pounding pain in my head. Do you have any aspirin? Pounding. I can't take it anymore. I've had a pounding headache all morning. Pounding. My head started pounding the moment I saw my ex-girlfriend.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be taking you to the airport.
That's right. We're going to listen as a man checks in at the airport and deals with his luggage.
That's right. So we're going to be looking at a lot of great stuff that can help you the next time you are at the airport at the check-in counter. So why don't we take a look at one word that we're going to preview today in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary preview.
We're going to hear this guy say, I'd like to check 3 pieces.
He's going to check 3 pieces of what?
Pieces of luggage.
So when we talk about luggage, we can say pieces of luggage.
That's right. Luggage is a non-count noun. So you can't say 1 luggage, 2 luggages, 3 luggages. That's wrong.
Right. So we use
pieces of luggage.
Okay. So 3 pieces of luggage. Very good. Let's listen to our dialogue for the first time. We're going to see what happens with this guy at the airport and with his pieces of luggage.
Next, please. Hello, sir. May I see your passport, please?
Yes, here you go.
Will you be checking any bags today?
Yes, I'd like to check 3 pieces.
I'm sorry, sir. Airline policy only allows 2 pieces of checked luggage at 20 kilograms each, plus 1 piece of carry-on luggage. I will have to charge you extra for the additional suitcase.
What? Why? I'm taking an intercontinental flight. I'm flying 16,000 kilometers. How am I supposed to take only 2 20-kilo bags? That's absurd.
I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing I can do. You cannot board the flight with that large bag either. Carry-on bags must fit in the overhead compartment or under your seat. That bag is clearly too big.
Now I see. You charge next to nothing for an international ticket. When it comes to charging for any other small thing, you charge an arm and a leg. So tell me, miss, how much will I have to pay for all of this?
Let's see. $625 US.
That's more than my round-trip ticket!
All right, well, that's a whole lot of money, isn't it?
Well, I think it's a very common situation. I'm sure many of our listeners can relate to this situation.
Overweight charges are pretty expensive.
Very high.
I know from personal experience. But that's not what we want to talk about now. We want to talk about some really useful vocabulary in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, on Language Takeaway today, we have 5 words. So why don't we start with the first one?
So the woman asked, will you be checking any bags today?
Will you be checking any bags today?
To check bags.
Right, so the verb to check.
It means to give your bags to the airline, to register them.
Okay, so that's what happens with your luggage. You check them, so basically they become responsible for your bags.
Right. It reminds me of checking into a hotel.
Right, very similar. When you go to a hotel, you register at the hotel, you check in. In this case, you just check your luggage.
You don't check in your luggage.
Right.
Okay, so check luggage.
So he wanted to check 3 pieces of luggage, and he also had carry-on luggage.
Carry-on luggage.
Carry-on.
So carry-on luggage, it's pretty simple.
That's right, you carry it on yourself.
Exactly, you carry it onto the plane. Now, we can talk about carry-on luggage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or carry-on bag.
Right. Or a carry-on suitcase. Mm-hmm. A very small suitcase that can fit under your seat.
Exactly. All right, so carry-on luggage. Now, he was traveling on an intercontinental flight.
Intercontinental.
Intercontinental.
We have 2 words there. Inter.
Between.
Between, right? And continental.
So this sounds like continent.
Okay, so he's traveling maybe from Asia to North America.
Okay, intercontinental.
He's trying to board this intercontinental flight.
So to board a flight.
Board a plane.
Board a train.
All right, so basically it means to
get on.
To get on.
To get on a vehicle.
Okay, so I can say board the ship. Board the car.
No.
No?
No. But board the train.
Board the train.
Board the bus. All aboard.
That's right. That's why in movies you see that somebody will yell all aboard.
Yeah.
In the train station, right?
Exactly.
All aboard. Okay, so board a vehicle. And our last phrase for today. Overhead compartment.
Overhead compartment.
Overhead compartment.
All right, let's break this phrase down. Overhead.
So that's on top of your head, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Above you.
Yeah, and the compartment is a place where you can put something and store it. Kind of like a box.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have an overhead compartment, that big box where you put your bags and your purse or whatever on an airplane. Very similar to, for example, an overhead projector.
Right, so that's the machine that puts an image or a picture on a wall. Like sometimes you see them in meetings.
Right, so because the image is over your head and it's
Yep.
big, it's called an overhead projector.
Okay, so some great language. Why don't we hear it again in context by listening to the dialogue for the second time?
Next, please. Hello, sir. May I see your passport, please?
Yes, here you go.
Will you be checking any bags today?
Yes, I'd like to check 3 pieces.
I'm sorry, sir. Airline policy allows only 2 pieces of checked luggage at 20 kilograms each, plus 1 piece of carry-on luggage. I will have to charge you extra for the additional suitcase.
What? Why? I'm taking an intercontinental flight. I'm flying 16,000 kilometers. How am I supposed to take only 2 20-kilo bags? That's absurd.
I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing I can do. You cannot board the flight with that large bag either. Carry-on bags must fit in the overhead compartment or under your seat. That bag is clearly too big.
Now I see. You charge next to nothing for an international ticket. But when it comes to charging for any other small thing, you charge an arm and a leg. So tell me, miss, how much will I have to pay for all this?
Let's see. $625 US.
No, that's more than my round-trip ticket.
All right, so I think it's a little bit more clear now. And with this, it's time for us to take a look at some great phrases in putting it together.
Putting it together.
So this guy was pretty angry about this airline policy, and he said, "How am I supposed to?
How am I supposed to?
How am I supposed to?"
Okay, so before we get into explaining this, why don't we listen to a couple of examples so we can try and understand what it means.
Example 1. How am I supposed to fit the dog in the car? There are 10 people in there already. Example 2.
How is she supposed to get to work if her car's in the shop?
Example 3. How are we supposed to know the answer to that? It's impossible.
Okay, so I can understand that it means, how can I do this?
Right. How do you expect me to do this?
How is it possible for me to do this?
Very good.
It's a phrase you use when you're frustrated, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're maybe a little bit frustrated or you're maybe nervous of something that you can't do or don't know how.
Yeah, this phrase, it's not impolite, but it sort of gives the idea that you're challenging the other person a little bit.
Maybe, yeah. Okay. So a good phrase that you can use in different situations and you can try and mix it up with different verbs, right?
Right.
All right. Now let's take a look at our next phrase. I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing I can do.
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 So basically, the woman can't help the man, even though he's insisting and he's pushing that he wants another solution.
Yep.
Right? So finally, she says, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do.
So we use this phrase when someone's pushing you too much, right?
Right, and you would use it only in that situation towards the end because it is a little bit...
It's strong.
It's not impolite, but it's just you're saying, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. Now let's move on to our third phrase. You charge next to nothing.
Next to nothing.
Next to nothing.
Next to nothing.
All right, so we're talking about charging, we're talking about money. Why don't we listen to some examples of what this next to nothing phrase means?
Example 1.
Do you like my new house? It was so cheap that it almost cost next to nothing.
Example 2. Let's go to Thailand. Tickets cost next to nothing right now. Example 3.
The real estate agent charged me next to nothing for his commission, so I got a really good deal.
So when something costs next to nothing, it's really cheap, right?
It's really cheap, or you consider it to be cheap. And now, for our last phrase, it's the complete opposite of next to nothing.
Right. Charge an arm and a leg.
An arm and a leg.
An arm and a leg.
All right, so this means it's really expensive.
It's so expensive, it's like giving your arm and your leg.
Right, to pay for it.
Yeah.
Very good. So next to nothing, really cheap. An arm and a leg, really expensive.
Can we look at the use here? All right, so in the dialogue we heard, you charge an arm and a leg, but we can also say it costs an arm and a leg.
Right, because we are referring to money, right?
All right, so some great phrases here. Now I think it's time we listen to our dialogue one more time.
Next, please. Hello, sir. May I see your passport, please?
Yes, here you go.
Will you be checking any bags today?
Yes, I'd like to check 3 pieces.
I'm sorry, sir. Airline policy only allows 2 pieces of checked luggage at 20 kilograms each, plus 1 piece of carry-on luggage. I will have to charge you extra for the additional suitcase.
What? Why? I'm taking an intercontinental flight. I'm flying 16,000 kilometers. How am I supposed to take only 2 20-kilo bags? That's absurd.
I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing I can do. You cannot board the flight with that large bag either. Carry-on bags must fit in the overhead compartment or under your seat. That bag is clearly too big.
Now I see. You charge next to nothing for an international ticket. When it comes to charging for any other small thing, you charge an arm and a leg. So tell me, miss, how much will I have to pay for all of this?
Let's see. $625 US.
That's more than my round-trip ticket!
Okay, so airline policies, luggage, it's always a problem, right? Most of the time you always end up paying overweight when you travel.
Yeah, I know that this happened to me once, and it was really expensive.
Really? What happened?
I was flying on an intercontinental flight from India back to Europe, and I had too many extra bags, but I really needed to bring them, and so it cost me $6,000.
$6,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my credit card was pretty maxed out after that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure many of our users probably suffered similar experiences like this, so please come to our website and share it with us at englishpod.com.
That's right. Marco and I are always around to answer your questions, so please check us out, and thanks for downloading, you guys. Until next time, goodbye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A document showing the identity of someone when outside his country.
Passport.
Register bags with the airline and give them to be put on the plane.
Check.
Piece of luggage. 1 bag.
Piece.
The bags that one can carry on to the plane.
Carry on luggage.
Between continents.
Intercontinental.
Get on the plane.
Board.
Very cheap, inexpensive.
Next to nothing.
Phrase used to indicate that something is very expensive.
An arm and a leg.
A device that senses the presence of metal.
Metal detector.
A pass that authorizes passengers to get on an airplane.
Boarding pass.
An instrument or machine for weighing.
Scale.
A short stop or break in a journey usually imposed by scheduling requirements.
Layover.
A trip from one place to another and back, usually over the same route.
Round trip. Let's try that faster.
The bags that one can carry on to the plane.
Carry on luggage.
A document showing the identity of someone when outside his country.
Passport.
Register bags with the airline and give them to be put on the plane.
Check.
Between continents.
Intercontinental.
An instrument or machine for weighing.
Scale.
A device that senses the presence of metal.
Metal detector.
Piece of luggage. One bag.
Piece.
A short stop or break in a journey, usually imposed by scheduling requirements.
Layover.
A pass that authorizes passengers to get on an airplane.
Boarding pass.
Very cheap, inexpensive.
Next to nothing.
A trip from one place to another and back, usually over the same route.
Round trip.
Phrase used to indicate that something is very expensive.
An arm and a leg.
Get on the plane.
Board. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
It's absurd to think that the world will end in 2012. He made one of the most absurd comments I have ever heard. That's absurd. I never cheated on my wife.
Next to nothing.
Do you like my new house? It was so cheap. It cost next to nothing.
Next to nothing.
Let's go to Thailand. Tickets cost next to nothing right now.
Next to nothing.
The real estate agent charged me next to nothing for his commission, so I got a really good deal.
An arm and a leg.
Be careful with the new carpet. It cost me an arm and a leg.
An arm and a leg.
Can you believe how expensive homes are in New York? It'll cost you an arm and a leg to buy a small house.
An arm and a leg.
We paid an arm and a leg for our new home theater, and then it got stolen.
Check.
Frank was at the airport 3 hours before his flight because he had to check a lot of luggage.
Check.
Excuse me, is this the counter where I can check oversized luggage?
Check.
Most airlines only allow one piece of luggage to be checked. How am I supposed to fit the dog in the car? There are 10 people in there already. How am I supposed to get to work if her car is in the shop? How are we supposed to know the answer to that? It's impossible.